Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming at you with a romantic goth look, and I really hope you guys like it. I spent some time planning it out, so let's just get started. To start out, I am just going to push my cuticles back and start grooming them really quick. I actually, I'm not even gonna lie, my cuticle pusher is in the other room and I really just don't feel like going to get it. So I'm just going to use the back end of my tweezers, but really all I'm doing is just pushing back the skin. I'm not really touching the nail much. So if you don't have a cuticle pusher, but you have some tweezers and you wanna take your, push the skin back, you can easily do that. Anything that's rounded can really help you do that. Okay, now that everything is pushed back, I'm just going to go in with a cuticle bit and my e-file. This is a cuticle bit that I'm going to try out today. I haven't tried this. Usually I use the flame bit, which looks like this, but I figured I'd try it out. It doesn't hurt to try new things. I'm going to get my nail drill and I'll get to cleaning up those cuticles. Okay, so I just have my e-file on a really low speed because I am not interested in drilling off my nail plate, and I'm just gonna go in nice and gentle and try and get all that dead skin around here and then whatever cuticle is on my nail plate. I probably have less than others simply because I do my nails so much for practice, but sometimes, like when I do my friends' nails, they'll have an entire eruption of dead skin coming off. So you never know what you're really gonna get. All depends on how often you do it. Okay, now that I've done this side of my nail, I'm gonna do this side, and to do that, all you do is you switch this to the opposite direction, and then you can easily get into that corner. I switch my direction, my e-file direction, every nail. You don't have to do it this way. It probably takes a little bit longer. So if you know you're gonna remember and you're interested in saving time, I suggest doing all 5 in one direction and then again in the other direction. For me, if it's not right in front of my face or if it's not within 5 seconds, I forget. So I definitely need to do it. When I'm working on this nail, I like to finish this nail and so on and so forth. So that's typically how I do things. And I'm just gonna get this skin to lift so I can easily take this skin off, because I do have dry skin in general. So I like doing this just to make it easier to take care of, makes you have less hangnail. Sometimes you'll have a lot of dust that's stuck in there. Just take a brush, clean that out real quick. Also, I am by no means a professional. These are just my tips and tricks, and as someone that's forgetful like myself, this is just what works for me. So please do not take my word super seriously or anything. I might be doing things wrong, I might be doing things right, I don't know. This is just what works for me. Now I'm just going to put some alcohol on a brush, a scrubby brush, and just clean out the base of my nail. Okay, I can see more of what I'm working with now. Looks like I still have some product here, so I want to get that off. And then I can go in with my cuticle ball bit, and I can get off all of those hangnails and lifted skin. Okay, this bit is also kind of like almost like a pumice stone sort of bit, so hopefully that helps get this skin off that's just being really stubborn. I don't know about you guys, but I have a problem. If I have a hangnail, I just have to pick it. So this one, you can probably tell it's very fresh. I did this today on accident. Well, not on accident. It was on purpose, but I regret doing it. And it's simply, that's part of the reason why I do nails, is so that way I can't bite my nails. I can't pick at my nails or my dead skin, because if it's there, man, it just gotta go. It just can't be there. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this helps me out a little bit. Ooh, this one's tender. I think I'm just gonna cut this because it's just, oh yeah, look at that. Oops. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just cut this and then come back. I'm gonna get a paper towel really quick and then come back. Okay, I am back. It's a little less red now, and I'm gonna keep going with getting those hangnails off. I know nobody asked, but I kind of just wanted to talk about my day a little bit while I do nails, just kind of as like a little therapeutic vent. But yeah, today was a little bit tough, man. I've been having a lot of really good days so far, but today was definitely a tough one. I saw my family yesterday, and that was really fun. Don't get me wrong. It's not my family that's the issue here. And so my family, it's my mom's side of the family, and my mom passed 7 years ago. It'll be 7 years in 2 weeks. But we do this beach house gathering every year and kind of like memorialize my mom. And it just, it's always a little bit weird. I had a strange relationship with my mom. So, it definitely wasn't a typical, mother-daughter relationship. But my auntie, one of my aunties, because I have four, but one of my aunties is the picture taker of the family, and so she always has a ton of pictures, and whenever we have gatherings, she usually goes through and tries to find some for us, and she'll usually try and find some for my brother and I, and it's usually of our mom or related, of course, and it is really nice to see, but this time around I got these pictures, and they were of my mom caring for me in a way. I was like a baby, so I must have been like a year old or less even, and I had just never seen pictures like that. And my mom was in and out of my life up until, sorry, that was just primer. I just put on primer, and now I'm gonna go in with a base gel. Oops. Yeah, so my mom was always in and out of my life, and it was really nice to see my mom actually taking care of me, because it was so young when my parents, I was 3 when my parents separated, and so it really got me in the feels and kind of brought out a new layer of myself that I didn't know I needed to kind of confront, and it just really helped me see my mom in a new light. And my mom has had a lot of issues growing up, but I always said, we were always estranged, and it was always weird until I turned 20 or so, and then I actually, felt confident enough to call my mom my friend. I felt like I had that much of a relationship with her, and that took a lot of work, and I was really proud of that. And then she passed away when it was like 2 days after my 22nd birthday. I'm just gonna cure this real quick, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in with a peel-off base coat. The other base coat was kind of just to protect my nail, that way I don't have any nail tearing. And this will be so I can pop off my nails easy, because I do them quite often, so this will be good for that. But anyway, back to my mom. Yeah, so it was, she passed away when I was 22, and it was, it was a result of many things throughout her life. And of course it was sad, but it was very bizarre for me. It was the most bizarre experience with someone passing that I've had, and it just kind of showed me how much, I guess, trauma, so to speak. I don't know. Feels a little bit extreme calling it trauma, but it's like childhood trauma, But anyway, to make this relevant, this long tangent relevant, seeing those photos of my mom caring for me, and you could genuinely see her caring and loving me. And this is when I was a baby, so obviously I don't remember, but seeing that really made me feel good, it made me feel loved. And oh, sorry. Okay, so I just cured my peel off base coat, and then I sized out some dual forms. We're going to be using polygel today, just a clear polygel. Here, I'll show you. It's from Beetles. I like it. It's not bad. But yeah, we're just gonna do that real quick. Anyway, I kind of don't remember where I was when I was talking about my mom, but I was, I'm just gonna try and get to the point of my little story, and that's really just that I got to see my mom in a new light, really. And my mom, she always told me how well she took care of me when I was a baby, but it kind of like, I don't know, it's hard to believe someone that you have no faith in, so to speak. And I'm talking when I was 13, all right? So, obviously before my mom passed, when I was 20, 21, 22, I did not feel this way. I just want you guys to know that I definitely did believe my mom more so, but it's been 7 years since she passed, and so it was just kind of a nice reminder, that she did, in fact, love me. And gosh, I'm already getting emotional again. Sorry. It's kind of a rough topic, but I wanted to talk about it, get it off my chest, and really it made me feel good. Remembering that my mom loved the crap out of her kids, and regardless of any issues that she had, she still loved us very much. Yeah, so seeing these photos, they really brought up, I don't want to say good memories, but, good vibes on my part. They really uplifted me and made me feel really good. Even though I'm like emotional talking about it, but yeah, it was really nice. My brother also got to see them, and he is 5 years older than me, so he remembers much more about my mom, when she was still good, when she was still able to be there for us. And it kind of, it helped remind him too more about the good parts of mom, and obviously myself. So yeah, that's kind of my story. It's been kind of a hard day because of that, but it's still, oh sorry, I'm just pushing this down on my nail, and then I have my gooseneck lamp out, and I'm just gonna cure that real quick. Just a new layer of understanding for, coming from me to my mom. And it's just something as you get older, I'm 29 now, and it's something as you get older, you just, especially if you're going to therapy and you're trying to work on yourself and understand everything, you just get a new layer of understanding for your parents. And, it's one of the first times that, for me, I've seen my mom in a light that is more positive, which sounds horrible to say. I sound like a horrible daughter. I'm really sorry. But, if you guys have mommy issues or daddy issues, you get it. And I feel like it's important to talk about, because I feel like it's not talked about enough, especially not day to day. I'm an open book. Whatever question you have, I will answer it. Like I do not care, unless you're asking like where my address is. It's like that's a little weird, but you know what I mean. Don't ask, for feet pics, right? Anyway, but yeah, it's very heartwarming, and I've done a lot of work to get here to be able to talk about my mom like this, and to actually be able to accept that she did love me, she did care for me. And I know this is really heavy, but this is what's been on my mind today. But I want you guys to know, it gets better. If you guys have any parental issues like myself, it really does get better, especially with age, especially with work. The more you work, the easier it is. All right, doing the third one now. I got this brush in my most recent Vetsy unboxing, and it is nice, but for some reason, like over here, you can see like all this black is coming off of the color of the bristle. So I'm guessing the alcohol is like making the dye come off, which I don't know why they would have dyed it to begin with. hopefully they didn't dye it. I don't know, it just kind of doesn't make sense. But if you're using clear and you're trying to, you know, have it be like as clear as possible, I don't recommend this brush. Other than that, it's working really good and I do really like it. And I like the soft matte handle, it's nice to touch. Oops. Anyway, if you guys have any stories that you want to share, you know, comment them down below. I'd love to hear people's stories, and you know, if we can all kind of like come together and talk about what's bothering us, or hell, things that happen that are good. You know, like my story, it's hard to deal with, but overall it's a good thing. I think whenever you have those moments, that's when growth happens. That's when personal growth happens. So I'm always happy to listen to people's stories and, you know, what made them who they are. Basically, I think it's one of the best parts about being human, is being able to have all these experiences, but not just have them, express them and recognize what's going on. So yeah, I don't know, I think it's remarkable. I really do. Anyway, yeah, let me know down below if you want to share. I'd love to hear it. If you need advice, I'm always here. If you need someone just to vent and, you know, you don't feel like talking, that's fine too. Anyway, I'm just gonna flash cure this again. It seems like I have made a mistake in waiting to fully cure these, because now the polygel is moving and touching my skin, which I really don't want. So I'm gonna just clear this off, give it a full cure, and then I'll come back. I think today I'm gonna go a little bit longer because I want to do like a stiletto shape, and I think in order for that to look good, I should definitely go a little bit longer than I usually do. I don't typically do super long nails like you see on YouTube. I find it impractical. You know, I don't think those YouTubers are probably wearing those nails too long, because how do you operate? And if you do wear long nails every day, please tell me how. I'm genuinely curious. I know there are ways to do things, and I consider my nails, you know, medium length. For my little nail beds, they're probably long is how I like to wear them, because I do have really small nail beds. But I am so jealous of people with long nail beds. I think they are so blessed, because then they can do those beautiful long nails, and it's not as much of a hazard for them than it is for someone with, like me, with really tiny nails. Anybody watching this, please tell me how you live with extremely long nails, if you keep long nails, because I'm still trying to figure that out. But anyway, I will do a little bit longer just because of the stiletto. I don't think it'll get in the way that much, and because these are like a goth romantic type of set, I think a longer nail will benefit it. Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess. Now we're on to the pinky. I'm just gonna do this real quick, and then I will come back to take off the dual form. Yay! Alright, I'm gonna try and pop these off. Really hope they come off easy. Uh-oh. There we go. One. By the way, if you don't have a pair of tweezers like these, you should totally get some. These are the best tweezers ever. I use them for everything. They're super, super fine. I actually need a new pair. You can see at the very tip, it's a little bit bent and a little bit busted, encrusted. But they're honestly so, so good. I will never stop using them until I get a new pair. If you are curious, this brand is Tweezies. This brand is Tweezies. See that? Sorry if they're a little dirty. You know, well loved is how I like to think of it. Alright, just popping these off real quick. I'll fast forward through this and then come. Why? There we go. That took way longer than it needed to. Oh my god, can you tell I got progressively lazier? Because like, look at this nail. It's flawless, just about. And then you have these nails. Alright, anyway, I am going to trim these, file these, make them look all nice. I'm going for the stiletto shape, so I will start there, and I will also see if I need to add any, which I think I will, because my apex for me should be like right here on most of my nails, and it is not there for these dual form. So I'll probably add some. Let me do that now, actually. I'm gonna add them before I do anything else, because the last thing I need is to break a nail. So I'm just gonna add, and if you you guys are curious where to find your apex, the easiest way is to push on your nail, and you see how that white part comes up? You can even see it while I have the extension on. That is where your apex should be. Like, it obviously it's going to be in the center at the highest point, and you want to start it there where the white part starts, and then as it grows out, it'll move forward a little bit, but it'll give you the longest amount of time you can go without, you know, compromising the structure of the nail. And again, I am not a nail artist. I want to be sure everybody knows that I am not a nail artist. This is just what I picked up from other people, you know, nail artists, go and get my nails done, etc., etc. This is what I have learned. Also, now that I have done, you know, these 5 nails with this brush, it is no longer producing that black, at least not as much. So I guess, you know, if you do get this brush from Vetsy, just make sure you wash it and then you should be good to go. So that's nice. I just wish I had known that before. I actually meant to put on a glove and totally forgot, so I'm just doing that really quick. Now I don't have to worry about getting any poly gel on this hand. Alright, yeah, that looks much better. The highest point is here, so I feel much more confident that these are not going to break and that I can file these down without any issues. I'm gonna do the same for all of the rest. I'm not sure if I'm gonna record it, so we'll find out. Yay! Sorry about that. I just had a brief break to scrub my boyfriend's glasses extremely thoroughly. It was really satisfying. Let me know if you guys like cleaning content. I wouldn't mind filming some. I think that would be fun, and it wouldn't be too much of a stretch for me to do on this channel. So, you know, if anybody would be interested in doing that, you know, I'd totally be down. Anyway, I'm just gonna get back to this, building my apex, and then I will come back once I'm done. Oops. Oh, sorry if you saw any of the green. That was just oxidation from the glasses. So I finished building all my apexes. Now I'm going to move on to shaping, and I'm going to keep it about the length of this ring fingernail. I like this length. I feel like this might be a little too long for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and just clip some of that, just cut them down to size. And then because this is a straight, oh, sorry if I wasn't in, but I just clipped them down to size, and let me actually take off the top there. And then now, because this is a straight edge, I can go in and cut out my shape a little bit more defined there and start creating that stiletto that I want. These are the super rough outlines. I'm just going to clean up and start filing. Actually, before I get too deep into the hand file, I am going to go in with my e-file, get underneath any thick parts and drill that out, drill anything that's on the sides like this here, and just clean everything up. So let me go get that set up. I do have it set to 10,000 RPMs right now. It's on reverse mode. It's easier for me as a lefty. And then this is a carbide bit. So I'm just going in and just trying to round this out.
A few moments later.
So I just finished using the e-file, and guys, that took me so long. I had forgotten honestly, I had forgotten why I don't like using tool forms that often, and it's because of how much extra filing I end up needing to do just to get it to look the way I want it to look. And I mean, I did it, but it took me 45 minutes to file, which is simply just too long if you ask me. And I'm still not done, so I am gonna go in with this 180-100 Brits file. I'm gonna use the 180 side, and we're gonna finish out shaping these, and then I'm gonna buff them, and then I'll come back. Oops. Our buffing is done, and now I'm just taking some alcohol and dusting everything off with this brush, just making sure I have every little bit of dust off, because I don't like having dust in my nail polish. Gonna do this really quick. Oops. And then I'll dust off my hand. Okay, let me clean up my mess, and I shall be right back. Everything is filed, nails are really nice. I really like how these came out. This is actually the first time I've ever done the stiletto shape, and I honestly really kind of like it. It makes sense that I would like it too, just because my favorite shape is probably almond. It was between almond and coffin. So now we can move on to the nail art. Yay! So to begin, I'm going to be putting on this silver hollow from Miss Cheering. Not hollow, I apologize. It's a silver cat eye from Miss Cheering. And right now, it might not seem light. This is very goth orientated, but trust me, it will be. I promise. Okay, now that that's done, so we're gonna be doing this for all three nails. It's the thumb, the pointer, and the middle finger. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it's not. Wait, did it roll? Poop. That's just gonna go on these two fingers, so the pointer and the middle finger, and then it's also gonna go on the pinky finger. Guys, I'm honestly really excited for this design. I think it's gonna be really nice. I spent a lot of time planning it out and like making sure it would actually look good before I did it, because my last design that I did, which I'll link up in the cards above if you guys want to check it out, but that one was much more like unplanned. Like I kind of just went with the flow of things, and it just like it ended up being a hot mess. Let's be realistic. I ended up having to do my nails like 4 different times, and then even after all of the nail art, when I finally got to the nail art, you know, even after all of that, I still was kind of disappointed. It was kind of like I thought it looked nice and I really did enjoy it, but also at the same time it was like a you can do better Jen type of situation. So this time it came with a plan, and hopefully it comes out much better. I'm having a much easier time than the last time I did my nails, so I am very happy about that. So I did these 2. I should have done 1 at a time. That's my fault. I got carried away chatting. What else is new? But here I'm just going to be creating that velvet effect, and I'm gonna try and focus that in the center, not so much on the outside but in the center. Why does that happen? Okay, I found the other magnet too big, so now I'm just going in with this like pen style magnet, and I'm just gonna try make it not a circle but outline the shape of my nail in the center, if that makes sense. Okay. See, that happened so much faster than when I did it with the big one. Alright. I don't want any of it to be on my skin. Okay, there we go. That's good. Just like that. And then I'm gonna do the other one. Like, before I cure this, I'm gonna do this one, just so I don't cure it accidentally. Where did my I'm actually gonna do this quick. Just trying to activate all of the glitter, because that small one doesn't really it's not strong enough to get them all. And then, so I'll do it with the big one, and then I'll go in with the small one and just move things where I need them to be. That pretty. Let me cure those. All right, we are done with the cat eye. Cat eyes are some of my favorite polishes, man. They're great. And now we're gonna take a jelly red, and I am going to do this to all 5 of my nails. But so far, we're just putting it on the cat eye, and look how pretty it is. All of a sudden, you have this really vivid red cat eye. Okay, I'm just gonna pop this in the lamp. Honestly, this looks really nice. really liking it so far. Anyway, I'm gonna cure this for 60 seconds. Now that these are cured for 60 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat on this one and on this one. I'm gonna leave the ones with the cat eyes alone. I think they're red enough as is for this design. Also, you like my mess? I swear I'm not bleeding. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, do that second coat, and then I'll be back. Now we're on to the fun part, or at least part of the fun part. I'm taking this is just liquid latex, and I'm going to go around all of my fingers. Oh my god, I'm making a mess. Okay, hold on. Let me redo that. I'll need this because I will be doing ombre again, although this time I feel much more confident. I did some practice, I got some makeup sponges, and you know, I was practicing during the week, and I much preferred this method. So let me just do this and then I'll be back. That's all done, and my thumb is mostly dry. You can see how it's mostly clear now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my palette, put some black on it. Probably going to need a lot of black, but I can always get more later if I need it. Then, where are my tweezers? I'm taking my little pointy tweezers, and I'm taking a makeup sponge. Now you can see how small I've cut it. I think the makeup sponge, the actual size is about like that. And I cut these up super small, and I genuinely prefer it this way. I think it just works better, man. You can get more into where you want to be with the ombre. So I'm going to put some black all up on this, let it soak up, not too much though, and I'm just gonna start patting. Pat. All right, so this is my first layer, and I'm looking in the camera, and this is crazy because this looks way darker in the camera than it does in real life. It really just looks like it's like a shade or two darker here, so that's really interesting. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this a good 10 to 20 second cure, and then do another layer, and then I'll keep repeating until I have it fully opaque. Alright, I just finished a full cure of the ombre gradient, and I'm already really happy with how it's looking. I think it's gonna look really good after a top coat, and this was so much easier than what I was trying to do last time. Oh man, it took me so long, at least like a half an hour per nail to do that last time, and this took me about 3 minutes. So now I'm gonna move on to these 3 nails, and these 3 are gonna be a little bit different. I'm still gonna use black, however, I'm just going to carefully put this around the side of the nail, and we're gonna do that around the entire nail to make it look like it's framing the red cat eye. So I just took my liner brush really quick, and I did a little outline just to make sure that the edges were, you know, as black as they could, but I'm going to give this a full cure, and this is going to be the general design that I do for the rest of the nails. So I'll just give that full cure, and then I'll go ahead and do these 2 as well. I am finally finished with the ombre. Now I can take off this latex, and now I can top coat after I take off the latex. At that point, I will probably pause recording and wait until the morning to finish up this nail set. For you guys, it'll be no time at all, but for me, it'll be the next morning because it is already quite late here. So, you know, just to make sure that I still can sleep at night. I will do this in the morning. Well, hello there. Good morning, everybody, or at least good morning to me. I am back. I'm feeling much better, much less tired, and I'm ready to get into this stone art. As you can see, I did just do a top coat. These are looking really pretty. I'm honestly really enjoying the base art, so I'm excited to get to the stone art. I managed to find some red flower flower charms. I'm going to use those, and then I also found this really pretty, oh hold on, I found this really pretty organic charm. Yeah, so I think I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to do like a little bouquet of roses, and that's going to be on my middle finger. So let me go do that and I'll be back. Alright, so I just finished the middle finger, and I actually like how it turned out. I think it looks really good. I did just do a flash cure. I'll do a full cure of everything at the end. And now I'm going to do this one, just going with the flowers, and I'm going to do pretty much but a very similar design to where I have just like a couple of flowers on this nail. Oh my god, I just knocked it all over. God damn it. Oh. Anybody else super clumsy? I swear, if there's something to knock over, I knock it over. Alright, and now I'm gonna move on to the thumb. And again, it's gonna be another type of flower design. Now we're gonna move on to the ring finger. I'm gonna save the pointer finger for last because I think it'd be a little bit harder for stonework. I mean, not super hard, but anyway. All right, so for the ring finger, where are they? Here we go. I'm going to be using some of these charms. I'm going to plop on some rhinestone glue, just a thin layer in the center because that's where the art is going to go. And then I'm going to take my tweezers and just grab this charm. So we're going to take a cross. Sorry, I'm sure you can't really see all that, but we're going to take this cross charm. I'm gonna put a little bit of rhinestone glue from the jar on the back and just place it in the middle. And then I'm gonna take 2 of the fleur-de-lis charm, if I could get it. Come on, do the same thing. Oh my gosh, I dropped. I'll worry about placement after. And then more. Ah! Oh my goodness. Okay, all right, those are on. Hold on, I'm gonna wipe off that glue that went on to the side. Man, thank God this stuff doesn't cure until you tell it to. All right, and I'm just gonna try and get these in a line, and then I will flash cure that. So for the pointer finger, I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna put this silver cat eye on my palette. That should be plenty. Whoops. And then I'm going to take my liner brush, and I'll just be drawing a heart like that. Oops. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now I'm just gonna take my magnet and magnetize the heart. Oops. Oh, did I mess it up? Messed it up. Oh no. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do a full 60-second cure for all of this. Okay, now that that is done, I'm gonna use my rhinestone glue. I'm just gonna encapsulate it. I mean, I know this rhinestone glue isn't necessarily meant for this, but it'll do the job just fine. Oops. All right, there you go. So that's that. I'll give that a 60-second cure. That's been cured, and now I've got my caviar beads. And what size should I go? Probably this one. I'm gonna go with a smaller size, and I'm gonna try and use these to make like a, you know what? I messed up. I need to put some rhinestone glue around the heart. I'm kind of just gonna slap it on there. Almost dropped my caviar beads. Whoopsies! All right. Oops, sorry. And now I can kind of go in, just trying to create a straight line essentially, to make it look like chain. That is the goal. I want to make it look like this heart is locked away, nice and safe. Ooh, yeah, just like that. Do the same thing in the other direction. Actually, as I'm doing this, I think I'm gonna do it just around the heart. I don't know. Let me try it, see what I think, because the other way was kind of blocking the heart. Like, you couldn't really see that I had done anything underneath it. So I want to try this, see if this works out better. Come on, work with me here. Okay, yeah, this is better in my opinion. I like this a little bit more. You can at least see that it's a heart. And then a little extra. Cure that real quick, just so it doesn't move. And now I'm just curing it in my nail lamp for 60 seconds. Okay, so the stone art is complete. Now I'm just going to cover everything in top coat, including all of the charms, the caviar beads, everything. The only things that you shouldn't cover with top coat are rhinestones, and that's just because it takes away the dimension of the rhinestones. Because I have none, I don't need to worry about that. So let me go top coat this and come right back. Alright, here we are, all done. What do you guys think? I think they came out really nice. Honestly, this is not my style at all. If you know me at all, my style is just pastel. Pastel anything. I love bright colors. These are really pretty. These were definitely out of my comfort zone. I'm very happy I did them though, and I think they look really cool. These would be some really nice fall nails, I think, or Halloween, you know, just that entire vibe. So pretty. Okay, anyway, that's it for me for this video. I hope to catch you in the next one, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye!